Hello.
Hello.
Today, I am joined by my lovely roommate, Miss Emma Schmidt.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you could join.
Oh, as am I.
Today, I've asked you here as a connoisseur of Lord Huron to go over and talk about what I did my paper on, which is Existentialism in Lord Huron, specifically in the song The Man Who Lives Forever. But I'd like to ask you, how'd you get into Lord Huron?
Oh, maybe sophomore year of high school. I think I just heard one of their songs and I was like, man, that's some good stuff. So I gave some more of it a listen. I think I listened to that album and it was springtime. And I don't know if you're familiar, I'm sure you are, with the Strange Trails album.
Oh, yes.
Come on. Now that is springtime. I don't think it was The Night We Met. It had to have been their first song that I heard. And then I got into it, listened to the album, really enjoyed it, and then listened to the rest, listened to their whole discography at the time. The way they sing about women is so beautiful. And I just think that's something like...
That's why you like Teresa.
Yes, absolutely. They just sing, their lyrics are so beautifully written about women, and I love to hear it.
The Man Who Lives Forever is unfortunately not about women. They're versatile, but they cover a lot of the same topics. But existentialism, do you know what that is? I know I've talked to you about it.
Yeah.
Do you know, put in your own words what you think it is?
I mean, generally I just interpret it as a very in-your-face awareness of death and what that might mean for us. And just really, truly contemplating what that might mean for you.
So that's what existentialism is. It's like, why do we go outside and go... Why do we go outside? Why do we go to the store? Why do we work? Why do we go to school? When we could just die at any moment. Like I knew a guy in high school who had a brain aneurysm in his sleep and just died.
Yeah, oh my God.
Which it was, of course, very tragic. And that's the tragedy in existentialism. I thought maybe we'd give a listen to the song and see how you feel after listening to it.
Yeah, okay.
It takes you on a little trip.
It does take you on a trip. I'm somewhere else.
It's tropical.
And it's a very thick sense of music. There's a lot of layers to it.
Okay. What did you think of the song?
I think really the song, it works on a lot of levels, because, I mean, not every time it comes out of my car am I really truly thinking about it, but right here I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. And like we were saying throughout the song's playing, there's so many different levels to it. It's entirely captivating, because the lyrics are so different than they're so much more morbid than how the song sounds. It makes you feel just the instrumentation is so much more joyous, like you said. Uplifting is a great word for it. But then also just combined, it's almost like his storytelling is just like train of thought processes. And it's really enthralling to listen to him go through babe, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to die. I want to live forever. And then he really truly analyzes throughout the song, and each verse he kind of talks about something differently. He's like, hey, I don't want to die. And then he's like, well, it's a deal I can't understand. And it's like he goes through it, and you kind of go through it with him until you remember he is mortal. And then so it's a really it's a more captivating song, I think. And because of the varying levels to it, and because of the different ways you can hear it and interpret it, I think it's just every time I listen to it, I feel like I can think something different about it, which I really enjoy. Yeah,
for such a simple song.
First, it's quite simple. He says the chorus is frequent, I want to be the man who lives forever. But it's reiterating that over and over again. You start going along with him, and you start really feeling that too. I want to be the man who lives forever.
I want to be the man who lives forever, definitely, because the way also Ben Schneider specifically, when asked in an interview, they were like, what's your idea of heaven? What the afterlife? And he said, I don't know much about it. If there was a heaven, it would just be me, the one I love, going on trips and traveling together with good snacks.
You know what? You say love. That's something I think that's really cool about this song too, is that it's so...
Oh, yes! No, yes, because literally, just also the romance and saying, I just want to live forever with you.
I love this world and I don't want to leave you, because I love you. Yeah, absolutely.
It's so romantic.
It's from such a place of love, because he loves everything. He loves this world. He loves his girl. I'm sure he loves his snacks. He doesn't want to leave it. It's out of a place of love, and I think that adds a lot of strength to the song.
To such a sad song.
It's so unselfish. You know,
Yeah.
like he's not. It's so. It's not material. It's not possessions.
And I think that's also going back to existentialism. It kind of ties back into it, like what you said, death is a deal that we can't understand. But when we realize we can't understand it, and it's such a bigger and greater question, if we focus all of our time and energy into it, we're just going to become depressed and existential. And so in saying, I just want to live with you for the rest of my life, that's all I need, is in itself a coping mechanism that he's kind of sort of teaching the listener in a way where it's like, I realize I'm going to die one day, but if I could live forever, I'm loving life right now, and I just want to live life with the person I love, doing the things I love till my dying days.
Yeah, yeah. That is like a big message. He's really hammering that home. I mean, maybe that's part of why he made it such an uplifting tune. Because some of his songs, The Night We Met,
is so sad.
This band has the capacity to be upsetting and be depressed and be maybe a little bit more morbid in their sound, but they're choosing to be uplifting in their sound to maybe make it like a more loving tune.
Yeah. I'm bringing up all my works cited, but literally in an interview, I think it's archived now with the Washington Post, where the interviewer, I think it was on the phone, was like, how do you guys have so much fun on stage? And we've seen Lord Huron live in concert.
We have the signed poster to prove it.
It was an awesome show. There's rarely a time when I'm listening to Lord Huron and I get sad because of it. If anything, it just carries my thoughts somewhere else. If I'm like feeling bad, I'm on a sad drive, or I remember one time in the library before it like got deconstructed.
Yeah.
Before it got deconstructed, I was just doing like my work and I was so tired, and I was in the atrium part and it started snowing and I was listening to Frozen Pines and I was like, this is magical. And it just carried me somewhere else.
I think their music is absolutely magical. That thing he said about heaven to him is traveling, I think that's what he's doing in his music. He's taking you and he's traveling you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like you're going to the Frozen Pines. You're going back to that space of that time with someone you loved. Like you're going to die. Like he's taking you to these different places.
I also, and with the song, I found it interesting how like did not mention religion.
Wow, that is, yeah. There's not even a hint of any religion.
Instead, he was like, ignore that. I'm just gonna live forever. Instead of talking about it, just fully avoided it. It was like, I'm just gonna live forever. I'm not even gonna die.
Maybe that's what makes it so like, and all of his music so accessible to everyone, because like what people normally associate certain things with, you're right, he did just bypass that.
He bypassed it, did not address it. In Lord Huron and Ben Schneider's own little heaven, it's like, you don't need to do that. You can just live your life how you want for your however long you want, or however long we have with someone you love. And that's it. That's all you need to do.
You're right. I think that's a really good point. Like he's using love to fight against those fears and senses of existentialism. Because I mean, you're just talking just then, and I'm like, yeah, if I was in that religious perspective, and I'm sitting there and I'm fearful of what'll happen to me after death, I think this kind of what he thinks could definitely be a comfort.
Yeah, I'm talking, but I'm not religious. I'm not religious. I'm like, I think this would help me if I was religious. But
I grew up religious.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a Catholic church.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, St. Pat's, man. I don't know. Maybe Catholics are missing it. Maybe. Don't wanna be the man who forever.
Analyze the paper a little bit more too.
Yeah, I like that. I was really brought through your paper. Because you'd be like, hey, here's this one source. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and we could talk about Lord Huron's lyricism.
I've had to hold my tongue. I keep thinking of other songs, other albums I want to bounce around to.
Because I want to like bring up other songs and say like, there's existentialism in this one and
this
one.
Same.
But it's also, I'm trying to, this only needs to be like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you recommend to anyone listening a Lord Huron song to listen to other than The Man Who Lives Forever. Let's say not necessarily existentialism, but for someone to just listen to when they're having a bad day.
Oh, if you're having a bad day, Louisa. I know.
I like Ends of the Earth. I just like the instrumentation in it.
Meet Me in the Woods. That one's really good.
Meet Me in the Woods.
If you're ever in love, La Belle Fleur Sauvage. That one is just a beautiful, like, if you just love someone, man, that one will listen. That's good.
Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Emma Schmidt.
Anytime, Miss Maggie J.
Okay. And